I don't know why it doesn't use this center. Why doesn't it use this center lane anymore? So this is where the curb is. Will it see the curb? All right, welcome back to another full self-driving video. We are in software update 2026.14.6.7 with FSD 14.3.3. And I wanted to give it a chance to do this unprotected left turn we have up here again and see how it does. See if we get a situation like we did before where I actually did a critical disengagement. Some people said that I was not in the street. Unfortunately, I have no way of really proving it other than the camera angles that I had on the dash cam, which for some reason the dash cam doesn't have the front bumper cam. That'd be a really nice addition. But I do have also the evidence that the cars on the oncoming lane had to get over out of the lane that I was out in. Now, I obviously wasn't like far out into the road, but enough that my front bumper would be in the road and could be hit by somebody who wasn't paying attention and just, got a little too close to the side. They could have, really hit our front bumper, which would definitely be bad. Obviously, anytime there's a situation where the car could be creating an accident or is in a position where an accident is imminent, I would consider that a critical disengagement. So I did disengage in that situation, reported it, and all I did was just reversed back a little bit further before the cars came. And all it was is it has some indecision about when it makes this unprotected left turn. So I wanted to check that out. We'll give it an opportunity to see if it does anything different there. And then I wanted to go and see if there's been any changes with either 14.3.2 or 14.3.3 as far as the curb test. So I do have a location where there is a curb that FSD will just drive off of the curb. It doesn't recognize that it's there. And granted, it's not something that I think most human drivers would necessarily see, although you should be very, very careful when you're driving behind a shopping center, which is where it was driving at the time. And I would never go back there myself, because you should definitely be driving like in front of the shopping centers, on the streets and whatever that's well marked and where you're supposed to go. These are like kind of like back alleys where like shipments get delivered and there's dumpsters and all that sort of stuff. So I definitely fault FSD for that, actually, as far as choosing to even go that way in the first place. But it did make us discover a situation where FSD can't seem to tell that there is a drop off of a curb there, and it will just try to drive over it. So we're going to see if it still does that in this version of FSD, or see if maybe they fixed something about that. We do have a little bit of a rain today, so it's not raining right now. It's just sprinkling. In fact, I'd like the windshield to get wiped, but it never wipes the windshield when you want it to. It always wipes them when you don't want it to. All right, so putting the front bumper camera on here, just to, if we get a situation that I need to disengage, I will have that view. So here we are. We are not in the street. We're in a good, comfortable position to check where we're at. And it looks like it's waiting for both sides to clear, which I don't know why it doesn't use this center. Why doesn't it use this center lane anymore to go out there and at least clear this side of it? It doesn't do that. And then this is a gap here, and so there's nothing to see there. It did it fine. It did pick the right gap. Now I just don't know why it doesn't actually go ahead and clear those first two lanes and wait for a clearer gap on the other side. Maybe it's because there's a turn lane there and it doesn't want to block that turn lane. I don't know. What do you think? We may never know. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this next destination and see how it parks here at Publix. Then I'll set it up for the other situation with that curb. So we are. It's interesting. This navigation is crazy here. It's definitely. I mean, it's okay. Dude, we can go this direction, but it wanted to go down the wrong direction, and then it realized it, thankfully, and then it went down to the correct direction. But all right, so it looks like we're actually going to do a pretty good parking job at Publix today. That's good. All right. I will end that trip, go to Red Roof Inn. Or maybe I should do LA Fitness. Let's see. LA Fitness. There we go. So it is behind the LA Fitness. Let's see what it does. Interesting. We have parking garage as an option. There's definitely no parking garage. I'm going to do parking lot. There is no parking garage there. I don't know how it comes up with those options for parking. There is no street parking there. There is no parking garage there, and yet those were both options that it chose to give for how you could park at this LA Fitness, but that doesn't make any sense. And the last drive, I navigated to an EVgo charger, and it did not allow me to select charger as an option. So it parked nowhere near the charger. So that is one thing that it used to seem to have pretty consistently. Like if you selected a place with a charger or that you had charged before, it would give you the option to select charger. See, this is not the correct way to go if you were going to turn left here, because this could make it very difficult, because we're turning like right before this stop sign. So it's going to be kind of challenging, especially if there's any cars. If there's any cars that were backed up waiting at the stop sign, we're now kind of in the way. But turns out we didn't have a situation here this time, although we were kind of in the way for that car. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give it an opportunity here. This is also a left turn. It found a good gap, so nothing unusual there. But yeah, if you're going to go and you're going to make a left turn at a stop sign, you definitely want to make sure that you're going to have plenty of room to get to that stop sign instead of being potentially stuck waiting for people that are coming in and out of that area. So I would normally have disengaged as soon as when I saw which way it was going to go. So that would have been a navigation situation there, because that maneuver right there made no sense. But I'm just trying to let it do what it's going to do. It seems like the ways that it chooses to go to places are not how I would prefer, but at least with the places that I have been testing out with, it has been more consistent with getting to the correct location or parking in a, reasonable location. See if we can get it to park somewhere on the side of LA Fitness here, and then maybe I can try the navigation to the location that originally put us in the situation where it was driving behind the shopping center. Oh, this person did not know where they were going, so they had to wait. Okay, good. We are parking at least somewhere where it might decide to go behind this building, because behind this building is where it actually has that problem. Now, if it actually goes out of here the correct direction to go to this next destination, then I think that in the last few tries I've had to try to get here, so Bonin's Bakery, if I say to navigate there, oh, and that's what it is going to do. This is going to do the way it's not supposed to do it. Oh, it corrected itself. Okay. All right. So it did correct itself. I'm going to say other because it's actually going the way that, honestly, it should go. Now we got it back on track. Again, just for testing. So it actually was going to do the correct navigation, or at least a better navigation than it normally does. So here is the spot. I'm going to go ahead and set it up for this. So this is where the curb is. Will it see the curb? No. It's sped up. It actually sped up. So it's going to go over this curb here. So they haven't done anything to fix the curb situation. There is a spot here that you can just go, which is the correct way to go. No curb. And I mean, I guess we'll make sure, but it never has a problem with the curb from the other direction. It always just drives around it. So at least it doesn't drive into the curb, but it will totally willingly drive off of the curb. And what's weird is it actually kind of accelerated towards the curb there. So let's just try again. Oh, it's actually going to turn. It's going to try to turn around here. That's not. Let's see. In trip. LA Fitness. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So we just. I'm going to say other on that one. So it goes around that curve, no problem, from that direction. But then if we go back around, it is going to again attempt to drive directly off of that curb. So we'll give it one more try here, and then I would say for sure that it fails the curb test for now. All right. on speakery. There we go. Self-driving. All right, got it going again here. Again, I mean, I can't really see the curb too well until about here. It might be hard to see, on the camera, but it actually picked up speed there. So, yeah, that's unfortunate, but it looks like it would just go right off of this curb here. And I did go off of it the first time with the other Model Y, and I don't want to do that again. It's definitely not a comfortable situation. So that's it. FSD 14.3.3 still is not able to see anything with that curb from that direction. So that is a fail. So we'll go ahead and call this video there. But overall, I think that the navigation seemed to be better as far as it didn't the car kind of self-corrected before and decided, no, I don't really want to go behind the building, which is the correct move. So it shouldn't go behind the building. Hopefully, I'm seeing more of that being consistently the situation, because I have seen in a couple other locations that where it would usually drive or park behind a location instead of in front of it. It has not been doing that. So hopefully that is an improvement to the navigation, but failed the curb test. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.